You are amazing and have amazing impact to make. It's breathtaking the difference that you make, and that you are truly powerful beyond measure. And there are things that I bet you jump at doing. And if you're like me and most of the people that I work with, there are things that you find yourself, quote, procrastinating around. My name is Felicia Searcy, your Dream Life Activator. In this live, I want to help you address that part of you that seems to be a procrastinator. And if you're, whether you're watching this live or in the replay, I'd love for you to put where you're coming in from in the comment section. And if you're loving this, then stay tuned for more information about my upcoming masterclass series, the Ultimate Impact Multiplier Masterclass. Put impact in the comment section. We'll make sure that we get that information to you. So, do you find yourself saying, I just need to be more disciplined? I just need to be more on top of things in order to do those things that I know I need to be doing? That you think about the activities, the tasks that are coming up, and there's a part of you that maybe just goes, ugh, but I know I need to do that. And you hear yourself saying, I'm a procrastinator. I can't get myself to do these things. And what happens, what I find what happens for people is that they start having that part of them, they start making it mean something about them, that you're lazy, or you don't have what it takes, or maybe you're really not supposed to do this, or. And here's the thing that I have discovered about this whole myth of procrastination. I am not a believer in procrastinating for the sake of procrastinating. So let me say this: you are not a procrastinator. I'm going to say that again. You are not a procrastinator. There may be things that you struggle with doing, but it doesn't mean you're a procrastinator. I would imagine, in fact, whether you're watching this live or the replay, I would imagine that there are things that you jump at. So, put in the comment section, whether you're watching this live or the replay, what are the things that you love to do? What are the things that you jump out of bed to go do, that procrastinating doesn't even occur to you? I know there are things that I love to do. I get up every morning and I love to hike. I do not procrastinate when it comes to preparing my trainings for my clients. I don't procrastinate when it comes to getting myself ready to talk to my private clients. Those are things that I love to do. I don't procrastinate when it comes to getting ready to speak. I'm speaking on Sunday. I love to do those things. What are the things I procrastinate on? I procrastinate on things like looking at my financials, not so much anymore. I used to, procrastinate, having to look at stats or numbers of any sort. And so bring to mind those things that you jump at, that you love to do. Let's break this down, because the thing I want you to see is that there's a reason why you really enjoy doing those things and that you don't procrastinate on them. Number one, you enjoy it. Just pure and simple, you just enjoy doing it. It brings you joy. Number two, you're competent at it. You feel confident, you feel good, you feel solid in it, that there's a sense of fulfillment, there's a sense of satisfaction as you're engaged in those activities. And number three, you see how doing those activities adds to whatever it is that you're building, that you can see progress with those activities. Now, if we flip it and we look at, all right, so what causes any of us to do this thing that's called procrastination? What you can see is that there's very real reasons that cause you to hesitate or resist taking action in particular areas. And when we can address those, then we can truly dissolve this whole myth around procrastination. All right, so here are three keys to dispelling this illusion of procrastination. Number one, realize that when you are building out a bigger dream, a bigger impact than anything you've ever known for yourself before, you are going to do things that you don't know how to do. And we as adults have been trained to think that when we do something, we should know how to do it. It's like somewhere along the line, having a learning curve, it wasn't okay anymore to have a learning curve. And so the thing I want you to realize is that you're building something bigger, bolder, more comprehensive, more expansive than anything that you've ever known for yourself before. There are going to be things that you are going to have to learn how to do. And this first step is to give yourself permission to have a learning curve, that to not make it mean something about you when you're fumbling and stumbling. I was 5 minutes late on this live because somehow my Chrome got all mixed up and I'm like starting from scratch on my Chrome. I don't know what I did. It was a technical issue and I had to, start everything over. And then I put the wrong time because I'm still learning how to use StreamYard. And I could make up a story about myself about that. The reason we procrastinate, what looks like procrastination, is because you're engaging in something that is uncomfortable. It's not fun. It's not satisfying. You can't see it making a difference and you don't feel good doing it. So you have to support yourself in those moments, in those new tasks that feel awkward, feel uncomfortable, feel like you're fumbling and you're making a high degree, you're making a lot of mistakes. And so step number one, give yourself grace in the learning curve. Give yourself grace in the learning curve, realizing that these are things that you're learning. You're not going to do it perfectly. And you know that intellectually. I get it that you get that conceptually, but now it's to bring it down into the fiber of your being where you really celebrate yourself for stepping into something new, stepping into something that's awkward and uncomfortable, and being willing to be in the learning process. And rather than beat up on yourself when you make a mistake, you're celebrating yourself. So step number one, grace in the learning curve and celebrate yourself for doing new things. Grace in the learning curve and celebrate yourself for doing new things. And so whether you're watching live or the recording, put that in the comment section. Today, I give myself grace in the learning curve and I celebrate myself for being willing to learn new things. I give myself grace for the learning curve and I celebrate myself for being willing to learn new things. All right, now, number two, the feeling overwhelmed, where you look at this dream in totality and you look at this one step and you're overwhelmed by all of it. And there's a part of you that just wants to shut down, that you just want to shut down in the face of the totality of this thing. The thing I want you to know is that baby steps count. Number two, baby steps count. Baby steps count. You're not going to bite off the whole thing all at once. There's a saying, how do you eat an elephant? I don't know that we necessarily want to say that anymore because we're protecting our elephants, but you get the picture. You have this massive thing. How do you do this? One bite at a time, one step at a time. Again, we can get into this way of thinking that we have to do it in totality. It's either or, black or white, this or that. And it's not. It's understanding, go back to number one, that you're learning new things and that you can learn these new things in baby steps. And so as you're looking at this thing in totality, and there's a part of you that wants to back away, there's a part of you that wants to shut down, there's a part of you that wants to crawl into bed and pull the covers over your head and just not do it. Ask yourself, what's the baby step I can take today? What's the step I can take today, trusting that it's leading to expanding this, that a baby step will build my impact in my dream. So number one, so put these in the comment section, whether you're watching live or the recording. Number one, grace in the learning period, in the learning curve, that you give yourself grace in the learning curve. Number two, baby steps count. To realize that small steps that you take today are leading you along the way, that they are building the thing that you want to build. And you take those baby steps and then boom, you turn around and there it is. And so if you want more on how to multiply your impact, join me for my upcoming masterclass series, the Ultimate Impact Multiplier Masterclass. Put impact in the comment section so we can send you that information to make sure that you grab your spot. All right, so number one, grace in the learning curve. So put that in the chat, whether you're watching live or the recording. Number two, baby steps count. You don't have to chunk it off all at once. You don't have to bite it off all at once. You can take it a step at a time. And number three, the piece about not enjoying it. Well, when we work with the first two, it will cause a greater degree of enjoyment, right? Because, think about it. What are the things that you usually don't enjoy? You don't enjoy things that you're not good at and that you can't see how it's really making a difference in anything. So when you give yourself grace and have fun in, you have fun in the learning curve, and you understand that this baby step counts, it frees you up to be able to enjoy it more. Now, there are some things that you're just not going to enjoy and that they're not for you. So look to see, where can you delegate? Where can you invite somebody in to support you? And if you're not in the position right now to do that, if it's, if you think that you have to pay somebody to do that, then look at the task and ask, what is it that I do enjoy about this? Find something to enjoy. Find something to enjoy about it. One of the things that I learned to do is fall in love with my numbers, because what I did is that I began to see that every financial interchange, that's not the right word, financial transaction that was going on in my QuickBooks represented something that we were doing to build impact, and represented people whose lives are being impacted by this work. So find something to tie it back to the very reason why you're doing this. This is why you want a burning desire for something. So you want to bring it back to your burning desire and find some way to hook it to joy, fulfillment, and purpose. All right, so these three keys to dispel this myth around procrastination. Put these in the comment section, whether you're watching live or the replay. Number one, grace in the learning curve. That you're not going to know how to do these things right out of the bat when you're building something more expansive. And so to truly give yourself grace in your learning curve. Number two, baby steps count. You may look at the boldness, the sheer magnitude of this amazing dream for impact that's seeking expression through you. And there may be a part of you that wants to just shrink in the face of it. It's like, why even bother? Why even bother? Bother because baby steps count. Number two, put that in the chat, whether you're watching live or the replay. Number two, baby steps count. They will move you forward. And then number three, tie it back to purpose. If it's an activity that you don't enjoy doing, tie it back to purpose, to your burning desire, and know that this is moving your initiative for your burning desire forward, and find something that you love. Find something that you love about that. All right. So again, whether you're watching live or the replay, put these in the chat. And if you want more information about my upcoming masterclass series, the Ultimate Impact Masterclass series, where I'm going to share with you the blueprint on how to exponentially grow your impact as you live the life that you love, put impact in the comment section, and we will get you that information. All right. So again, just know that you are powerful beyond measure. It is breathtaking, the power that you wield at your fingertips, and the power that you have to truly make a difference. It is my honor to be able to serve you. Let us hear from you, and I hope to see you in an upcoming masterclass. My name is Felicia Searcy, your Dream Life Activator. Mwah! God bless.